sit down? Thank you. Okay, I sit down, I'm going to tell you a story, but I have to get something to drink. No, drink it. Well, it's Dr. Pepper, but what the hell. Okay, how do you like my beautiful blue hair? It's natural. A couple of weeks ago, I had beautiful orange curly hair down to there. That was natural too. So anyway, all right, so I'm going to tell you a story, and it's all true, every word of it. And it's kind of hard being funny in other languages, you know, humor is a strange thing, but in America, I'm hysterical. So, okay, so let's just give this a try. All right, so my story is a true story about how it took me 2 days to turn 40 by Cher. Okay. All right, so, okay. So it's the night of May 19th, and I'm in my favorite club. It was called Heartbreak, and with my best friend Polly, and we're sitting on these kind of, they're banquettes. They're like round, and then a table goes in the middle, and they're kind of crunched up. And then, but there's a back part that you're supposed to lean against, but we were sitting up there, like with our legs crossed. Like High Sailor New in town. Anyway, so my dress was up to here, my shirt was down to here, and all I kept thinking was, oh my God, you're 40 and you're still so hot. Yeah. And I was just about to make Moonstruck with Nicky Cage, and Nicolas Cage was 21 and I was 40, and I looked better. So Polly and I are just having this great time and watching everybody dance. And I even had a beer, and I don't drink, but I was feeling really grown up, whatever that means. So anyway, then I turned my head and I saw, whoa, that's the cutest guy I ever saw. So we were kind of like, we were flirting, but then nothing happened, and I got bored and I went home. So, and I was staying at my friend's beautiful hotel, and my friend had just gotten out of jail is the short time and prison is the long time. He had just gotten out of prison, and for tax evasion, like you do. And so he was letting me stay at his beautiful place, and it was wonderful, and I went to sleep dreaming fabulous dreams of 40. And then in the morning my telephone rang, and there was a man on the other end, and he said, "Hi Cher, it's George Miller." And George Miller was the director of Witches of Eastwick. So, no clapping. Okay, so I said, "Hi George, how are you?" And he said, "Well, I just wanted to call and tell you that I don't want you in my movie, and Jack and I, Nicholson, we think you're not sexy and you're too old." Yeah, it was like, good morning, 40. So it was terrible. I mean, tears started streaming down my cheeks, and I was so upset because in my mind, well, it turned out that's what it was. This was going to be my big break. I was going to actually become a movie star. So, but the tears just kept coming, and I didn't want him to know it, so I just was like biting the inside of my cheek. And usually in Hollywood, when someone insults you, they usually do it fast and they hang up, because they're such chickens. But George was from Australia, and I don't know, he didn't get the memo. So he just kept saying, "I don't like this about you, and I hate the way you walk, and I don't like the way you talk, and I hate the way you laugh, and there's not much I like about you." And I finally got pissed off and said, "Okay, look, motherfucker." I said, "You didn't find me under a rock. I was nominated for an Academy Award for Silkwood. I won Best Actress in the Cannes Film Festival for Mask, right? So, click." So I hung up on him, but I was still crying, you know, tears were just still streaming down, and then I was like, oh my God, these tears are fabulous. These tears are amazing. And they just kind of come down your face. You don't have to make any scrunchy face. And if you kind of look like that, you look like a Madonna. Not the blonde one. Okay. So at that moment, my kids came running in and they were singing, you know, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Mom, happy birthday to you. And then they looked at me and they said, Mom, you're crying. Mom, why are you crying? It's your birthday, Mom, what's the matter? And I went, well, because sometimes when you're a lady, and not an old lady, but just a young lady, and you're very, very happy, then sometimes you can just cry from happiness. And they went, oh, okay. And I said, all right, we're along now, we'll have the cake later. Okay. Oh, I forgot something. All right, so I have to kind of stand here. All right, so, you know my friend's beautiful hotel, the one that just got out of prison? Well, I owed him $28,000 and I didn't have it. All right, I have one more thing and then I can go back to the starting place. Okay, this isn't gonna make sense, but just stay with me because just do it. Okay, so it's gonna come out in the end, but whatever. So, there had been a man in America, he had a hit late night TV show, the biggest late night TV show. And he had been asking me to be on his show since it started, but I never wanted to. Okay. Now we can really start. Okay, so anyway, so 3 days before my birthday, and this is all true, I promise. So 3 days before my birthday, the David Letterman show calls, the producer calls and says, how would you like to spend your birthday with Dave? And I said, oh my God, I'd love to, for $28,000. Yeah. And so the producer said, well, we don't do that. And I said, well, then neither do I. And then 20 minutes later, he called back and he went, oh, well, okay. And I was like, cha-ching. So, but while we were on the telephone, he asked me, he said, you know, Cher, come on, just out of curiosity, why haven't you ever wanted to be our show? It's the biggest late night show there is. And I said, well, because David's very smart and he's very funny, but if he gets a guest on that he doesn't think is worthy of him, he can be kind of an asshole. So the producer agreed with me and we hung up. So the night of the show, my birthday night, we were sitting, he was sitting here and he was being funny and I was being funny and he was being funny, I was being funnier. And then he said to me out of nowhere, he said, so tell me, Cher, why haven't you ever wanted to be on my show? And my head exploded because in those days you couldn't say bad words. So I didn't know what I was gonna do. I didn't wanna lie, but I couldn't say the truth. And as everything is kind of going around and around in my brain, trying to figure it out of my mouth before I could push it back in was, I said, because I thought you were an asshole. So he said he was traumatized for 5 years, and I believe it. But you know, he's really sweet. He gave me a birthday card, and then at the end of the birthday card, that was quite lovely. It was kind of horrible, actually, because it was like, you know, those old grandma cards that are like little kittens and satin and little birdies, and I hate those. Anyway, that's what it gives me. So at the bottom of the one, the last one, it said, P.S. My mom always likes Sunny better. So I don't think he forgave me. But what the hell, I don't care. All right, so that was then, and I was 40, and this is now, and I'm certainly not. And I hate to tell my age, but I think it does good for girls and for women. What I hate worse than that are these women that say, oh, I'm so at peace with myself. I know myself in another way that I've never known before, and I feel so much better than I did when I was a young girl. Bullshit. Okay? Take it from the cow. I hate that. I hate that when women do that, but whatever, that's my problem. Okay, but I like to tell, all right, so I'm 73. And I drag this tired old ass all over the stage. So anyway, all right. But I want people to know that when people clap sometimes, though, I wonder, are they clapping because I'm still alive or because they can get into my costumes? But the reason that I tell it is I want young women to know that you can do or be or you can have whatever you want. This might not be your dream, okay? You might want to be a doctor. But, you know, whatever you want, you can have. And I have one suggestion. Don't believe the word no. Just don't believe it. It doesn't make any sense anyway, okay? And I don't even mean don't listen to it. I mean don't believe it. Like, I don't believe the word no. That's how I've done it. Okay, now old ladies, my age or younger, a lot younger, what are you doing? Come on, get off your ass, go do some fabulous things, go do things you never did, you've earned it, do whatever you want to do. Go back to school, be an astronaut, do whatever you want. The world is your oyster, so I'm just telling you. Okay. Well, I've got to get into this extravaganza now, but I just have one thing to say before I go, and that is, what's your granny doing tonight?